Welcome to another episode. Oh boy, do I have something special for you today. Yes, we are back to baking. Aren't you glad? We're gonna make cake popsicles today in the theme of fall and Halloween and another thing that's top secret. What am I talking about? I have 3 awesome announcements. Cherry, is it your 1-year anniversary? The first is I'm at my 1-year anniversary for my channel. Woohoo! Thank you to all my family, friends, and supporters, subscribers here on my YouTube channel. 1-year anniversary, 1-year anniversary. Woo! I started in September of 2020 and now I have 650 subscribers. Yay! We're almost at 1,000. We need your help. So if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button down below, the thumbs up to like my video, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified when I come out with a new one. Come on, you can't resist all the frosting that I'm going to use on my channel. And now for the big top secret announcement. I am on the new HULU network baking show called Baker's Dozen. Yeah, catch me on HULU on October 7th. I'll be on one of those episodes. So we have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm biting my nails. I actually can't tell you. You have to watch, so make sure you watch HULU for me. Please cheer me on. Now let's get into making those cake popsicles. What kind of ingredients do you need? Let's look down here. We want to get a cake mix because it's so much easier when you use a box mix. It's just a lot faster. Just go ahead and make it according to the directions. But I am using a cake that I had left over that I put in the freezer. You will also need some candy melts, and you can get these in any colors you want. We are doing like a fall kind of Halloween kind of HULU thing today, which is why I also got this color mist. So I'm going to show you how to use this airbrush kind of spray. And I got these online. These are called Silicomart mini ice cream molds. And they look like this when you open them. They're mini, so you don't have too much cake pop, it's just enough. Then you want a paintbrush and some popsicle sticks, because those are going to insert into the mold like that.
Get your trusty gloves ready, and we are going to take our baked and cooled cake and crumble it up into this bowl.
You can do this a couple different ways. I'm using my fingers. See how easily it crumbles up when it's at room temperature? And this is a nice moist cake, so it's gonna be a delicious cake popsicle. Do you want some of this, HULU? What does this look like, Dad?
It looks like cookies.
Yeah. Well, you can crumble it like this with your hands, or you can stick it in a mixer and just whiz it up, and it's gonna do this job real easy for you. But you know, if you want less dishes, do it with your hands or with a fork. It works just as well. And make sure when you're baking you have a lot of fun and make a mess. Now you're gonna take your frosting of choice and you're gonna add a couple tablespoons, and then after a few tablespoons you're gonna add only 1 at a time. But first what I would do is just mix it up just like this to make it smooth, and then just take a few dollops and put them right in, and then you're just gonna go ahead and work that frosting in. I think we put about 5 in so far, but it all depends on how much cake you are using. All right, that looks like it is enough frosting. Well, how can I tell? Look, you can see that there's little crumbles still on the edge. You need those to be incorporated. All right, let me show you now. So when you squeeze it together, it should form a shape. Okay, we got the cake popsicle dough all made. You can tell, see, it comes into one shape like that. And now we're gonna set this aside and start on the chocolate. Next, we are going to do the candy melts. We have to melt these and then paint them into the mold. So I would recommend kind of starting out with half of the bag. Why do I recommend only half the bag? Because if you mess up, you can't really keep melting and melting and melting. You can melt it a few times, but if you do it too much, it's just gonna get all hard and really hard to work with. Okay, so now what we gotta do is pop these in the microwave and melt them slowly. Okay, so you can see that it's just starting to melt. We gotta hit it with more power. We need more power. I think maybe about 45 seconds to a minute is good. And then like 5 to 10 minutes. If you put this in for 10 minutes, you can have black, burnt, yucky tasting candy melts. You want to taste them burned, Daddy? Yeah? Look in my bowl. See, it's already melted, and that was only like 1 minute. Check it out. At this point, we can take our mold, we can take our paintbrush, and we'll work with one chocolate at a time because we definitely don't want one to seize up and harden up on us. Now use your food-safe paintbrush to paint one layer of chocolate around as evenly as possible. Make sure to get up along the walls and don't miss any crevices. Now you can move the mold around from the bottom just to smooth it out. You can even give it a slight shake. While it's still wet, go ahead and insert the popsicle sticks to about halfway into the popsicle. Definitely go a little bit further than I've demonstrated here. I made a little boo-boo. Now all we have to do is chill it. I like to put mine in the freezer for about 5 to 15 minutes. You can leave it in there longer if you need to, but 5 to 15 minutes should be able to set this, and then we're gonna check if we need to put 1 second coat. Go ahead and repeat the process for all the desired colors. I took this out of the freezer and it really only took about 5 to 10 minutes and it's already pretty solid. Now looking at it, you want to make sure that, see the corners here have a little bit of white showing, so we're gonna put a really light second layer on there. I just gently remelted this about 10 seconds, and then I'm just gonna paint again on the inside there to fortify the wall just a little. Now because the chocolate in here is cold, it's going to make the chocolate that I touch to it freeze right away, so it's a little bit different than when you first put it in. Make sure you get this little lip up here, see? Because when we put the cake pop in, it's going to need a little bit of strength to hold it up, so there we go. We're putting a nice second layer on there. And it's not going to be as smooth as the first layer because it is cold. Now that they're out of the fridge and have the second coat on there, I'm just going to go ahead and scoop a little bit, like maybe like a tablespoon of cake pop on there. And then we're going to go ahead and mold it in there kind of carefully. What we're trying to do is get it in there, but leave a tiny edge of a lip there, because when we cover it with chocolate, see, this will be just a little too much here. When we cover it with chocolate, we want to make sure the chocolate coats the entire thing so you can't see the inside at all. Top with a final layer of chocolate, and then use a smooth knife to remove the excess chocolate and neaten it up as much as possible. A paper towel helps keep the knife clean. Back in the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes, and we're going to work on the white ones. To remove them, gently push back the mold, grab the stick, and push it through. Neaten the edge with your finger or by using a palette knife. Now, you might have to add just a slight, tiny bit more. Why? Because we want it to flow a little bit. and not be like a big clump coming off of the spoon. And I'm gonna work on that till I get it to the really nice drizzly consistency. Okay, we're at drizzly consistency. Check it out. When you pour it, look, it flows really well. So that is what we want. We gotta work fast with this chocolate because it does get hard over time. Ready to decorate? Yeah, I am. Now we're gonna try using this color mist by Wilton. These are actually a lifesaver, especially if you don't want to spend a lot of money on an airbrush, which can cost anywhere from $150 to $400 depending on what you want to spend. It's an aerosol, so I'm gonna shake it.
Yeah, shake it. You have to shake it.
And don't forget, I did this one time with some cookies that I was working on, actually macarons. And I sprayed on my island. You could see the pink all over the island. So I made a makeshift thing here. I just put paper on my stove. I put a board on the back there and some boards on the side, and that's gonna help my overspray, hopefully. So spray kind of far, back and forth, kind of like, just like my dad does. He does a lot of carpentry and painting, and that's what you do, right, Dad?
About 6 inches away.
6 inches away? Okay, that's a good idea. And if you just do it lightly, it ends up building up. Yeah, you do kind of have to shake it. But look at that. It's a nice, beautiful ombre color. Woo! The Wizard of Oz. I came out of a puff of green smoke. That looks really good, I think. It's time to do my favorite part, my time to decorate, yes! Okay, just make sure you got that drizzly consistency going, pretty flowy there. All right, we're just gonna add a little bit of black to that. All right, now we're gonna sprinkle some of this beautiful orange sanding sugar on there. Oh, look how pretty that is. Gorgeous. All right. We're gonna try this guy. Sprinkle the sprinkles. All right, there we go.
It's like a piece of art.
Oh, thank you. That's kind of what I do, actually. It's edible art. You can make your creations any way you want, yes.
Instead of drizzling or dripping, we can actually paint it. Some brush strokes. That looks monstery. So let's say it dried on you. Oh no, well just go ahead and just do another brush stroke like we had, you know? Take more of that I keep calling it frosting, chocolate, and do the brush stroke, and then take your sprinkles. And I have some blackish metallic. Oh, wow, those are cool. Whoa, look at that. Looks like sesame seeds.
OMG, take a look at this. Oh, wow. They turned out so cool and so fall, autumny, and Halloweeny too. It's time to try one. Oh my gosh. Let me just show you what it looks like. So this is the chocolate cake popsicle inside. It's really soft when you bite it, and it's a great contrast to that white chocolate that gives a little snap when you sink your teeth into it. Oh, it's yummy. It's a yummy little treat for this wonderful season. Thank you, Glamour and Sugaries, for joining me today. You know I had an awesome time hanging out with you. Now, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, don't forget, hit it down below along with the thumbs up, because that really helps my channel. And don't forget to share this video with your family and friends so they can make awesome treats for you. And I'll catch you on Hulu on October 7th. That's when it starts, and you can watch it as many times as you want. I know I'm gonna be glued to the TV. How about you, Dad? Are you gonna be glued to the TV too?
Yes.
All right. To my TV, right? Because you don't have Hulu. Hulu.
I have a hula hoop.
Catch me on Hulu. Hulu. Spelled HULU. Hulu. Cherry on Hulu.